These two truck drivers with Chicago ties accused of kidnapping women, then demanding a ransom for their release. CBS 2's Jermont Terry live at Dirksen Federal, where one of the men faced a judge. Jermont.
Erica, these federal charges read like a horrible movie script. The truckers are accused of driving up and down the interstate, abducting, beating, and assaulting women, then demanding ransom from their family members. One of the two truckers are from, well, I should say one of the truckers is from the Chicago area, and tonight the feds fear that there may be many more victims from this trucking duo. You can't hop on the interstate and avoid truckers. They're usually the first to see something or say something when things go wrong. Yet the feds say these two truckers did more than just drive the freeway. Summerson and Pierre Washington each face federal kidnapping charges, accused of picking up women, forcing them into prostitution, and if the women refuse, them demanding ransom for their return. The feds say the duo would drive across the country committing the acts, and there's a chance highways leading to Illinois were on the route. Here's why. Washington is from the Chicago area. He owns God Got Me Trucking Company based on a Palatine. Its website's still up and running, but the company's address links back to this apartment complex in the northwest burbs. Court records reveal Washington stays here with his family. Federal agents arrested Washington in Chicago at the end of March. He's considered an over-the-road trucker, someone who drives long distances, and that leaves investigators to worry. They say his route often changes, and they don't know how many other women may have been victimized along the way. Both Washington and Summerson often took their rigs to Miami, New Jersey, Kansas City, Missouri, and Chicago, and their victims could be anywhere in between. Court records show when arrested, they found more text ransom messages from unknown victims. As the feds build their case, they're asking anyone who may have had interaction with the trucking duo to contact them. Now, there are two victims that the feds know about, but they have also set up a special tip line. You can reach them at the email below. That email is truckervictims@fbi.com. Now, these charges were filed in Tennessee. However, Washington appeared at the Dirksen Federal Building virtually. Now, he did, in fact, bond out and has been released on home detention. Live at the Dirksen Federal Building tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS 2 News. Erica.
All right, shout out to Tawana Cook for sending me this story right here. You already know this is going to be a DNU. It's just crazy about how high the human trafficking and sex trafficking goes in this establishment we know as America. I know I shouldn't be surprised, and trust and believe me when I tell you that I am not surprised in the least bit that this is actually happening as it stands right now. But it's also crazy the lengths people will go in the creative ways they will go about doing these kinds of things. Like, you have these two guys right here who are truckers, and as you know, like they said in the videos, truckers are always constantly going to and from everywhere, and you cannot go on a highway and not see them. And when you look at a truck, the last thing you would expect to see or find in that truck are human bodies, whether they are alive or not. Usually when you think of a truck, you're thinking, okay, you know, there is some kind of a product in there, especially if the company of the truck that's being advertised is somewhere on the side of the truck, like a Walmart truck, a Giant, Safeway, whatever the case may be. Even if it's a truck that doesn't have a logo on it, you don't expect to find that in there. But these guys right here have kidnapped and recruited so many women into prostitution, and then said that the women wanted their freedom, there was a ransom that was involved with doing it. And also the thing is, when it comes to human trafficking and sex trafficking, a lot of times the people that are the suspects, everything like that, they'll always come off looking so innocent. Like, they'll be like the last people you would expect to commit an act in that nature. But you know, it's just, you know, it's crazy how all of this just kind of happens in the way, in the fashion that it does. But I'm glad that they were able to catch, well, it looks like they caught one of them. I'm not sure if they caught the other one, or maybe I missed it. But they said they caught one of them for sure. Let's see, what else are they talking about? They said that one of them is from South Carolina and was arrested in Daytona Beach on charges of battery causing bodily harm. But they said they also travel. And so the thing is about the truckers, they travel. They don't just stay in one spot all the time. they travel all over the place. So this was like the perfect setup for them to recruit as many women as they possibly could from various places. And then it didn't really so much leave a trail for them, because they was like, oh, if it's just condensed to one place, then we see it's a pattern, and like we can see that or pinpoint who it is immediately. But the fact that they were traveling all over the place and doing this wherever they were, that's probably why it took them a while to catch them. But I'm glad that they did indeed catch them, and I'm willing to bet there are more and more people out there like these two right here that you see in the picture. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you have not done so already. Make sure that you text the number that is pinned down in the comments below so you can receive notifications every time I upload a new video or go live.